Go.
What up, Posse? We are in an undisclosed location, in the middle of an undisclosed location. Parts unknown.
Nowhere.
How are you, Mark? I miss you.
Good. How have you been?
I'm good. We're social distancing, but I'm giving you a distanced hug right now.
High five.
Mentally. You know what's really nice? Look at the pond.
Air five.
You know what else is nice? Brandon's not out here.
Brandon is not out
Where
here.
is Brandon?
See.
I'm right here. You.
Well, we are social distancing.
We are.
I had to keep away from you sickos.
We're social smelling distancing from Brandon.
He would have had to sit in the pond.
I just got an ant right there.
He refused to wear the Aquaman costume.
No, you guys picked the Super Friends one. I'm not wearing that.
We thought that maybe...
You can be Zan and Jaina with that head.
Next week we get you an inflatable swan.
Yes, and thank God next week we'll be able to actually do an episode.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But I don't mind this. I mean, we got a great background.
This is a nice little setup.
Tim says hi.
Welcome to Club
Is
Smash.
Tim?
His name is Tim.
Oh, okay.
I
didn't know you named it. Now he's gonna die, and you're gonna be sad.
No,
because you named your stormtrooper.
Tim.
It's from the Holy Grail.
Tim.
Some call me Tim.
Tim.
Did you guys buy a lot of stuff during this COVID crap?
I did.
Did you? I really did.
So did Mark, though.
People have been buying a lot of stuff because they're at home bored. So they do a little at-home shopping, you know.
Why not? I really didn't do a lot of... I mean, I bought more Prince Pops.
You got a Red Hulk.
I got a Red Hulk from you.
Yeah.
Isn't it, Brandon? Isn't that... Can you hear the waterfall?
Yeah.
Isn't that nice, Brandon?
It's very relaxing.
What's it like
zen.
in there
It's very zen.
in the studio with the dank where we're out here in this beauty? Ooh, I got cold
silence.
dist.
Hey, Brandon, how do you like sitting in there all by yourself? Are you lonely?
He left. Are you ignoring us, Brandon? Did he die?
Something happened to the sound.
I don't know.
Brandon?
Test?
Did he have a stroke in there?
Everyone, yeah, he was hulking out because he was in the box. Because you have to let him out, Mark.
See,
I mean, you have to let him out, Chad. It's Chad, not Mark.
You opened the Red Hulk?
No, he didn't yet. I'm saying you have to let him out.
Yeah, he should. Chad thought you opened him.
No, I'm gonna liberate him now.
I was messing with Chad like you opened him.
I was staring right at you, and we can't see what Brandon's doing in there. You guys can see camera 1 and 2, but I was visioning him literally opening up my box of Red Hulk. And if anybody's gonna open it, it's gonna be me.
I would have made it so you could hear the crinkling of the tape being torn off and just the box being destroyed.
I thought you had a stroke in there or something. We weren't sure.
No. I was showing people the Red Hulk. That was a hot commodity like a month and a half ago. Like
still a hot commodity.
Did you notice how quickly?
Yeah, but people were finding them like
no.
Did you notice how quickly we got up just in case he did have a stroke?
Yeah.
Whatever. I saw the whole thing. Love here.
Do you have a Red Hulk, B?
No, because I'm a self-respecting human being. So.
Do you have?
If I'm gonna have a Hulk, I'm just gonna have a Green Hulk to fight lose to Ben Grimm.
You're lucky you're inside right now.
We don't need Thaddeus Thunderbolt.
He does have
over
a Green Hulk.
Get out of here.
Do you? Do you have a Green Hulk, B?
I'm trying to get the old Toy Biz Marvel Legend one, just so it can go up against the Thing that I have. So.
Gotcha.
What thing?
You know, the Thing.
That one
thing.
That thing you do.
That Marvel thing.
That 10-inch thing that Kieran likes so much.
Kieran likes that 10-inch thing, the Marvel Select one.
Right.
Wow. What do you got next for us, B?
So that was Chad's.
It was
weird.
Thank you, Mark. I got that from, and he bought a couple, but you gave me a hell of a deal on that.
Yeah.
But it's weird.
I appreciate that
because it's brand new. It's not a vintage toy.
It's one of the newer Hulk. I mean, this is actually my first Red Hulk ever.
Yeah. There's only been 3 others, I think.
I think, they had one
this
with
is by
that,
far one of the better ones.
That Savage Surfer wave. Didn't they have a Red Hulk in that?
That was the Build-A-Figure.
Yeah.
Oh, that was a bath.
So they had the Red Hulk Build-A-Figure, then they had the Marvel Select Red Hulk, which is really big.
Yeah.
And then they made a Marvel Universe Red Hulk, and then they made a Marvel Universe Composite Red and Green Hulk, and I think that's about it for Red Hulks in this one.
Didn't they? Which one is the young, the teenage kid that ends up being the Red Hulk for the champions and stuff?
There's a kid. There's the Hulk Lean who's green. and he's
talking
like part
Scar?
Kree.
Are you talking Scar?
No,
or wait?
that's the son of Hulk.
No,
Well, I
in,
know,
in
but-
Champions though, in the new Champions, there's like a younger Red Hulk and there's a younger Nova.
Oh, I don't know.
I do not know who the younger Red Hulk
I don't know.
is.
Well, obviously Brandon's a lot smarter than we.
Wasn't Betty Brant? No, what was Betty?
Red She-Hulk? Or?
Yeah, she was the Red She-Hulk. So I
Oh,
guess
was
there
she? Oh,
was
she
another
was.
Red She. You got to get that Red She-Hulk.
Dude, did you see that other She-Hulk that came out just like
yeah,
Yeah,
got
the
3
it.
gray
weeks
one?
ago?
Yeah, that's
That
sweet.
was dope.
Yeah, that one's sweet.
I actually approve of that one.
That's probably the best.
Speaking
Hulk,
of
She-Hulk
She-Hulk,
figure.
I have to meet up with Thomas Cloud eventually
What up,
to
Tom
give
Cloud?
him that She-Hulk he bought for me, the Fantastic Four one.
All right, what else you got?
As you can see,
No, we can't.
Yeah, oh, you can see, but as the people can see, I'm talking to the people, not you two jabrones. I have
Fair
very rare to come by in decent condition King of the Ring Hasbro WWF ring.
How long ago was that made?
Like 91,
That's old.
I think 92.
I'll give
no,
you
no, no, sorry, 94.
$3.50 for it.
Was this
Oh,
the
yeah,
one that
right.
had like 4 different versions?
No, I think it just had the blue. There was just a blue regular WWF one, and then this King of the Ring yellow one.
Okay.
I think they had a Hall of Fame one, but that's like really rare, and it was like they put custom stickers on it for like the centerpieces of that event.
So
for
are
the
you
tables.
collecting rings now?
Yeah, because it's cool. I can refurbish them, put new stickers on it. Doesn't need that many new stickers, but I'm gonna buy repro stickers, and I'm gonna use them to house like it's easy to display wrestling figures.
Yeah.
In your collection, just on your shelf in the ring.
Well, look at
you know?
how they're all set up in the ring there.
Yeah.
How many rings do you got, B?
I got 4.
You almost got as many rings as Michael Jordan.
Yeah, almost 2 away.
Yeah.
But just not as pretty.
Yeah.
You're the GOAT of wrestling rings.
But I think we have something here sitting in the ring is the Black Widow movie wave.
Yeah, it's
that
from the
Mark got?
movie.
Yeah.
The Crimson Dynamo Build-A-Figure.
Yeah.
Is that yours, Mark?
Yeah, I picked that up.
But they also have like comic book characters, like comic book versions.
Yeah, the Spy Master is the comic version. But I wouldn't say the Crossbones. I guess Crossbones would be comic version because he hasn't looked like that in the movies at all. Bucky, the Winter Soldier, that's probably my favorite figure out of that wave.
That is a cool figure.
That's probably my new favorite Winter Soldier. He's solid. I wish they would have given the Red Guardian a helmet. You know, I've seen people making custom heads for a helmeted Red Guardian.
Oh, that's kind of cool. That's a neat
But to
idea.
build the figure alone, like I went out and I scored these. They were at Walgreens. They were having a sale, so I got these for less than $20 a piece. So to get that build-a-figure for,
I'm gonna hold up the Build-A-Figure real quick.
do it.
Okay.
I mean, it's solid. It's, I would say this is my favorite Build-A-Figure of the year, but I have another wave that I picked up that,
Really?
yeah.
Have I seen that?
You haven't seen the new ones that I had because I just literally got them.
Oh.
But this one I got here is definitely my favorite Build-A-Figure of the year until this new Build-A-Figure.
This one is pretty sweet.
Dude, it's worth getting, and it's like, it's not something I'm going to army build. I'm not going to army build this one. I mean, unless I come across these figures for, like, unimaginably cheap.
Yeah.
Or just buy the BAF pieces like I do. Just
Yeah.
wait
That's what
for
I
like
would
4
do.
swaps later.
But I don't know. I don't see a lot of people have this. I don't see a lot of people grabbing this wave like that.
Is this part of your Captain America collection? Do you
This guy
acquire?
he's
Okay.
gonna go against Cap. Cause eventually, I want to have the. They're like the equivalent of the Fantastic Four or the X-Men. They're like the Russian super group, and they got
Right.
Ursa Major and I forget there's a guy and another girl that with the Crimson Dynamo.
Yeah.
I can't remember their
Wasn't
name.
Deadpool a part of that too?
I don't think so.
Wasn't he? Didn't he? Wasn't he? Oh, you know what I'm thinking
It's
of?
the Russians.
No, I'm thinking that Hulk versus Thor and Hulk versus Wolverine, the animated one.
Yes.
And that had Crimson.
You know
Remember
who
that?
could be with them is Omega Red.
Bird just about crapped on me.
That's the hazards of being outside.
Beauty of being outside. I probably deserved it.
You had it coming.
Probably.
Nature.
Isn't that good luck though?
I don't know.
But I'm
I
gonna.
would consider that good luck.
So I showed off the BAF. I showed off a few of the the figures that come along with it, like the comic book versions. Like people are used to seeing the MCU versions of them now.
Which one do you like, B?
The BAF, but the Crossbones and the Winter Soldier are pretty cool.
They're the best, don't you think?
Yeah.
Yeah, they're pretty solid.
But also
the Widow's cool. I like the Widows.
Yeah. Yeah, I do. The Gray Widow is nice.
Not a fan of the Widow anything, but the ones that you guys got, those are cool. Do you really think that that's going to be a successful
movie?
Prequel? Is it supposed to be?
No, it's in between. It's like a prequel to Civil War.
I don't understand that. I mean, I don't know.
I don't know. But
Because
we'll have to see. We'll have to see what it looks like.
I'm done trying to predict anything that Disney does for Marvel.
Well, it's hurting them right now because this movie's been pushed back.
Is there any movies there's no movies being made right now?
Everything's pushed back.
Yeah, everything. Even Ghostbusters that was done and they were slated to be in like 2 weeks is being pushed back.
That one actually I'm kind of excited to see.
Yeah. But it just sucks that it got pushed back like 5 or 6 months.
Well, I get it.
Actually, no, it got pushed back to like 2021.
I wonder how The Mandalorian's going to get pushed back.
I don't know. I think they said they already finished. They started filming season 2
right away,
way in advance, and then they just wrapped middle of season 3.
Yeah.
And I think they have it ready because that's a cash cow that Disney is going to push out. Like,
for sure.
With that kind of show, since it's a show, it doesn't matter when they release it. They're just going to drop it all, or they're going to do the same thing. They're going to drop an episode, but they know no matter what time they drop it, it's going to get massive
mad ratings.
Is this a good intro for your new one?
For this dude?
Yeah, we might as well, right? Look at that bad boy.
Yeah.
Look at that.
The child.
Oh my God, that thing is so cool. And then we were trying to figure out, what's underneath it. Does it have feet? It's just a beanbag.
Yeah, because he just moves. They don't really show his feet ever on the show.
Right.
Well, they never really showed Yoda's until the 3rd movie when he's flipping around.
And you're right, it's a money grab, but Mark was actually, where did you get that and for how much?
Walmart for $24.
And we looked it up, and how much is it now?
$50.
We know our money grabs.
It was going for $100.
Speaking of money grabs, I picked up another part of the money grab that is Star Wars.
What'd you get? What'd you get? It's nice when he doesn't interrupt us. You know what I mean?
It is nice because he must have had to take his headphones off to grab these toys to show.
Let me get your buddy a chair.
He is the equivalent of like my buddy.
He is. You know what he is?
I got yet
It's a money
another.
grab.
He replaces my cat when he's not around.
Nice.
True.
I got yet another droid. I got another version of R2D2 in Dagobah.
What size is that? That's an interesting size too.
It's like the 6-inch.
Yeah,
The
so it goes
6-inch,
with
but
the
it's in the card back of like the old 3.75 ones.
Mm-hmm.
So.
I like that they're going on all the cards. They're going really retro.
Yeah. But
What'd you pay for it?
Yeah, it was like $20.
That's not
It's at
bad.
Target. The
That
new
ain't
wave.
bad.
Yeah.
That's not bad at all, actually. I did more. Oh, by the way, thank you for the heads up for the pops, when the Prince pops that were over at Target.
Mm-hmm.
I went up there, and they were actually a little cheaper than you thought, and I bought 6 of them,
Jeez.
which put me over the 100 mark
For Prince Pops?
of Prince
Jeez.
Pops. What are
Good
you shaking
God.
your head at? You collect like a ton of Captain
Who
America.
Army builds Prince Pops?
Who Army? What, me?
The Prince Army.
You know what
Prince
the
Army.
difference is between me and you? I met Prince. You never met Captain America.
Oh, he has you there. You never met Chris Evans.
No, that's true.
No, he just made out with him once.
Oh, that was like eyes wide shut type of stuff here. Wow.
What?
All right, keep going, B.
All
What do you
right.
got?
Anyway, to break some of this stuff up between Star Wars and Marvel, everything Disney, I got 2 of female wrestlers that are part of my favorite tag team called the Iconics, and they are 2 Australian women that they were, I think, the second ever women's tag team champions for WWE, and they were the longest reigning. So.
Hey, I was going to ask you, what do you think about that Undertaker contract?
He's earned it.
It sounds like it's out of spite. Like he doesn't want him to go anywhere else, so he put him under contract for
Yeah,
life.
but also he's not going in, and he was just gonna do a wrestle convention. Like he was just gonna do a signing. And
Okay.
So then he was like, "I'll give this contract," but he deserves to work as much as he wants or as little as he wants, for as much as Vince can pay him, because he's stuck by there when he could have gotten his money.
He's pulled the carriage.
Yeah. Well, it just seems. Put your mouth on the mic, Bree. But it seems
will
like
not.
It seems like. Is it like a Ric Flair thing? Is that what they did?
No, that's like a Legends contract. They just give that to people that are ambassadors, or like they still make appearances for the WWE.
So Sting
But he's
bounced
still-
out, right?
Yeah, he did.
He left the WWE.
He's AEW
Yeah.
now, right?
I think that's just. I don't know if that's just. I don't know why they'd be signing anybody right now, but I mean they're doing empty arena shows, so.
That's kind of cool. So is UFC.
Yeah. But I'm just saying.
Why not?
It's just
Well,
like you're not getting that
I
extra
was
money
watching
from the house
bull
shows and
riding on Saturday. I was like, "Lou, this is live.
stuff. Good
This is
gosh.
amazing. This is live."
Just anything as long as it's live.
I was like, "Oh my goodness, this is live TV." I was like, "This isn't live." I was like, "Oh look, they're wearing face masks and they got gloves."
All right,
and stuff.
I'm gonna
I was like,
show-
This is live.
I'll close up real quick.
Wow. Yeah, it's like
It was, dude. It was
Hey,
something.
you know, this is a weird time that we live in. Look
It
at
is.
what we're doing right now.
We're live.
We're live. We got a 50-foot cable snake and a 50-foot
10-foot pond.
2-foot. Yeah, I'm all right. But I mean, we went and got a 50-foot cable snake. I actually had it, and a 50-foot HDMI cable just to be able
To make this happen.
make social distance.
And then we had to throw Brandon in a closet.
That was a smell issue.
Yeah.
Yeah. And he's away from the
That's
mic
true.
right now, so he can't.
Yeah, I had to be away from the mic for a second.
Yeah, it's all right.
That's
Better
good.
be working that switch, dude.
What's he doing? Working his switch in there?
I don't know, but it's kind of nice.
It is nice.
You know,
It's a beautiful night.
it's beautiful, and we love Brandon, but we don't have to
Speak
be
for
in the same
yourself.
room,
Yeah.
right?
No,
What else you got,
we
B?
can hang out.
All right, I am going to go grab it real quick. I think Mark got the second most recent wave of Marvel Legends.
Yeah, I picked
Did
up
you?
a new wave of Marvel Legends this weekend.
Is that what you walked in with the bag?
Yeah.
What'd you get?
The Marvel Legends Sugar Man wave.
Really?
Let
Literally,
me grab it
like,
real quick.
hit the
Yeah.
store probably Sunday night when it was raining.
Explain to people what Sugar Man is.
So she's from the Apocalypse, Age of Apocalypse storyline. He's kind of like a minion to Apocalypse. He's got like his good. There's good mutants in that timeline, and there's bad mutants, and he's kind of more of he's on the bad side. So he's the Build-A-Figure. Then there's a Jean Grey,
Oh,
a scarred Wolverine where he's got his hand chopped off. Morph from the cartoon. Remember Morph?
yeah.
Yeah.
the early
So-
X-Men 90s.
Yep, and then Wild Child. But
Oh, Wild Child from Omega Flight.
so then it's gonna make the price of the what's the guy that always fights Wolverine? I'm brain farting right now.
Sabretooth.
Sabretooth is gonna go up in value because they didn't release a Sabretooth for this line, and they're gonna need one to hold the chain of Wild Child because it's kind of like his pet. You know.
Let's go back to X-Men real quick with the 90s. Morph was made for the show,
Right?
right?
I think so.
Was Jubilee in the books before?
No, she was made for the show because they
too.
wanted to have
Yeah.
like a fun
I
teenager.
think Rogue was kind of like Rogue and Kitty Pryde were kind of the in between, like the comics being really popular and then the shows started to come out. Those were like the last two, I think.
They
I
were
feel like
really-
Storm
characters.
too, though, was like because remember on the cartoon Spider-Man and His Amazing Friends, that's when they kind of had like the new X-Men lineup
Did
with Wolverine
too.
and Storm.
Right, but remember they also had Kitty Pryde, but they didn't call her Kitty; they called her Sprite. Remember?
No, there was someone.
Was there somebody named Sprite?
There was a
Am I
Sprite.
mixing that up?
Yeah,
Okay.
she also went by Shadow Cat.
Oh.
Yeah, Shadowcat.
Epiphany.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, Shadow
All right,
Cat.
I'm gonna start showing the figures up close, and it's gonna be right between your heads. So I'm gonna start. I just want to run it down real quick for you,
Okay.
so you guys know what I'm doing.
Does
and
that mean if we go like this, we can poke it? Am I poking it? Right
yeah,
now?
not yet. I just want to do it so
pointing
then
at
the people watching will know kind of the order that we're going into, and we're going to start with Beast and go to the left with
the Dark Beast.
We go Dark Beast, Morph, Wolverine, Wild Child, Sunfire, X-Man, and Jean Grey.
Okay. Wow. Did
So
you get all of them?
Order again? Yeah. So Dark Beast, he's pretty sweet. He's he's the knockout figure out of this wave. He only comes with the hammer of Sugar Man. It's weird because it's like you wouldn't even really need to buy him. You could just use an old Thor hammer. But he's the knock it out of the box figure.
I kind of feel like, Sugar Man was kind of the coolest looking.
I got an old school Sugar Man Toy Biz one for $10, and it was going for like $40 at the time. I know Mark Hall was so mad at the time when I got that. But then, like, he's probably looking at Morph by now. Like we said, he was more like created for the cartoon.
Money grab.
Yeah, well.
Yeah, totally. Totally money grab for our ages. Oh my God, yes.
Nobody liked Morph.
Nobody in their 20s is going to know Morph unless they went back to the X-Men. One comic that he was in, that was the one that was in Pizza Hut for free.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I have that.
You would only know who Morph is if you watched the cartoon.
Watched the cartoon, but it was such
a
good
the
cartoon.
Jean Grey they released in this wave is the Age of Apocalypse Jean Grey.
You know what I hate about that cartoon, though? That last season? How they softened everybody up, gave them big eyes, and, like, made it kiddier. Brandon knows what I'm talking about because I watched them all on his Disney Plus.
I don't think they did. I mean,
oh God,
it was kind of
the animation, the graphics got way worse.
Well, they probably were rushing things out just to try to get out what they could done.
Yeah.
At that point in time, it's like you could just use old animation.
But I feel like they towards the end of the '90s X-Men, they just gave up, and they started doing the minstrel stories of Jubilee, telling the kids, these little stories of. I lost total interest in that.
Well,
then I started watching The Tick.
By that time, I had moved on from the X-Men and was watching something else.
So what's with Wild Child?
Wild Child? You want to go?
He is like Sabretooth's pet. He's like a little.
He's part of the Weapon X.
He's totally like from the Weapon X program.
He was in Omega Flight and Gamma Flight.
It's amazing that he's alive.
It's amazing.
Sabretooth probably kept him alive.
I knew that was going to be
because he's like, I'm going to make this dude my pet and keep him on a chain because he's wild.
But he's so strong. He's just a skinny little guy, and he's so strong.
Well, he's wild.
Yeah, but does he have any superpowers? I don't think so.
Yeah, he's like a little Sabretooth, mini Sabretooth.
Yeah, but I don't think he's superpowers.
He's a mutant.
Super strong. Like I think
he's a little mutant.
Is he? I think he's just his peak.
He reminds me of Chaka
human strength
from Land of the Lost.
You know who else reminds me of Shaka?
Shaka Khan.
Brandon.
What? I'm still here. What is the deal with Sunfire, though? What version is this?
Sunfire was actually
he's just an Asian dude.
Sunfire was actually invented, I believe, for Spider-Man and His Amazing Friends as a love interest for Firestar.
No, I thought they put Sunfire in the comics because they just wanted to have an Asian representation.
I don't think he was
of
in the
mutants.
comics first.
He was in the comics,
before.
Yeah.
You're lucky there's a pond between us right now.
There's plenty of rocks, sir. And I know where you get them.
Don't clean them. Oh, my God. You know what? I actually have my phone on. Let me turn that off real quick.
The last one. So is X-Man, is he related to Cable?
Who?
X-Man.
I don't know much about X-Men.
So that's a good question. If anybody knows, let us know.
Scott Summers and Jean Grey's kid.
Is he related to them then? Is he another Summers?
They had an X-Man comic, I remember, but I always thought that was Cable.
He could be another Summers.
There's so many of them. I almost feel like the whole story of Scott Summers and his dad is very much like Guardians of the Galaxy with Star-Lord and his father.
Corsair, when he took off with the... Yep. He left his family.
So did Ego.
Ego, no, because Ego was
gave her cancer and left. That's even worse.
That was worse. Whereas the Summers dads, he just bounced out on the mom and the kids and left a bunch of orphans.
Hey, see you later. Sorry. Oh, you're my son? Oh, sorry, dude.
Oh, well, I've been out in space.
Hey.
Fighting Direwolves.
Yeah. I showed the rest of them, and I showed the.
We don't believe you. Do it again. We want to see it.
And no, you can't see.
You finished with
anything.
Nate?
Yeah, and I'm gonna ignore that. And I
Nasty
showed what the
Nate.
Sugar Man looked like. What I don't even remember this character.
You don't because you were too young. You were just a little lad.
With a big head.
True.
You had a.
But what year did he come out? Like what decade?
This is like the 2000s, late 90s.
Yeah.
Was it
Yeah.
like a
That
publicity
age,
thing?
that
Like, it
age
looks
of
weird.
apocalypse stuff was all in like the 90s when they
Yeah.
the 90s. The comics were just amazing. You can't get any value out of them, but the covers,
They made $10 million.
the holographic covers, and like the
the-
see-through covers. They
talking
had
about-
so many different things they were doing.
You talk about Sabretooth. Remember the limited edition of Sabretooth? And there was like 5 different covers.
Yeah.
Some of the best artwork
Yeah,
ever.
they were
tearing
doing
through.
amazing artwork and amazing covers, but none of that stuff's worth any money because they just made so many copies of each issue.
Yeah, that's true.
But it was beautiful work.
Talk about learning from a money grab.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like that little Mandalorian baby over there. There's a money grab.
All Star Wars is a money grab, but that's my thing. Those guys get mad.
hey.
They get mad when I say it.
You just don't like Star Wars.
I love Star Wars.
Well, then why don't you marry it then?
I will.
Okay. Okay, just not the Baby Yoda, because that would be wrong.
He's 50 years old.
And he's a beanbag.
Yeah.
He's
Yeah,
50.
but he's 50.
He's about your
50.
age.
He's close to.
He's
older
closer to
than
my
I am.
age.
Close to your age. Why don't you marry him?
He likes him younger.
Because he's already engaged to Tim.
Yes, Tim and I don't get my boyfriend angry.
Well,
B,
Oh,
what do you
good
got left in
God.
there? Because
The
I
last,
he's got
Go
at
ahead.
least for my stuff, the
Okay.
last 2 things I have are Batman related.
Okay.
So I'm gonna start with I got the Batman Who Laughs, the new McFarlane
I
figure,
want that.
and I got a MEGO's Batcopter
I want that.
Ooh. From when?
from back in the day, from like the 70s.
So
Oh,
you
I
got
think
that at like a sale recently, right?
Can you look and tell me what year that is?
Yeah, Brian Oxford and Joe Johnson were having the sale.
I got to shout out to the Posse members that have been doing little
Social
sub
distancing
sales,
sales.
meeting up somewhere. That was really fun to watch.
I've made some sales, and I've hey, here it is. We kind of bowl BS for a minute, and then, all right, gotta go. Giving stickers with everything I sell. Which is too bad because these stickers that I got are hot.
I didn't get one.
Yeah, you got one on your water bottle.
Where I do?
Yeah.
No, I don't.
Yeah, you do.
No, I don't. I need
Yep.
another one. It's not my water
You
bottle.
need a new water bottle.
It's not my water bottle.
Well,
It's Tim's.
cover your whole house with stickers.
Tim's water bottle.
I'm
Don't
gonna
do that.
Sticker your whole house.
I'm really glad
Yeah,
you guys are over
I got
here.
it in pretty good shape. When you guys come back in, you can see it. The stickers.
We're not coming back in.
Well,
It's too
good.
nice.
I'm locking you out. The stickers are in pretty good shape for it being like a 30-some
So it's,
year-old toy.
So it's like, what, 83, 82?
Well, when were Migos like really hot? Like late
70s.
70s, early 90s, or 80s?
77 and 78.
Okay, so it's like 40, almost 40 years
we're
old.
We're talking about an 8-inch line,
Getting
right?
close to 50 years
Yeah.
old, right?
Is that an 8-inch line?
Yeah,
So, and they fit the 8-inch?
yeah, because
So,
you can fit them. They're more like
75.
dolls, so you can
75. I don't know.
move them around. But yeah, there's the one with the cloth. Like even the thing has like cloth rock-looking pattern on them.
Yeah.
But yeah, and then that Batman Who Laughs is probably one of the only McFarlane figures that I want from this DC line.
I bought the new Joker, but I forgot to bring it over here. It's
The
pretty
Arkham,
nice.
the video game one.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
It's
Oh,
pretty
cool.
nice.
Huh. Where'd you get that B again, and how much did you pay for it?
The Batman Who Laughs, or
No, the Mego.
Oh, the Mego got it for $70 from Joe Johnson and Brian Oxford. They had the ROM robot, and they had like a bunch of high-priced items at the last couple swaps that were like good deals for them being high-priced, like rare items to find with the
Yeah,
box.
they had some older
and find them in
stuff
condition.
that's nice.
Again, that's, like I said, it's really neat that everybody's kind of still moving around, still living their lives, and still being safe, and still enjoying what they enjoy.
Well, I mean,
Because I only bought, like, from you, and I didn't buy much. I bought more vinyl online. I'm guilty.
okay.
Right behind you, B, is the Prince vinyl I bought.
Okay.
If you want to grab that, it's one of the other things that I got. They have been coming out consistently.
Chaos and Disorder.
Yeah, they've been coming out consistently with the Prince albums, and they're all purple now. And this album was done in, I want to say, 95 or 96. It was the last album that Prince had an obligation to Warner Brothers. It was literally a throwaway album. He didn't care anymore. He wanted to get the hell out of his contract.
You heard him, B.
And he put a whole bunch of those. Well, I listened to it.
You like it?
It's a little dated. It's a little dated.
You like it.
I never listened to it before, to be honest with you.
But you like it.
You hear the waterfall?
Yeah.
Does it make you have to go pee?
Kinda.
Good. Glad. I hope it's pushing on your bladder right now.
I can hold it.
And I did like some of it, but I am a completionist, so I have been collecting. I also bought.
You didn't have them before?
No.
So how many
is
this now?
I've never listened to it because all of the stuff that he was doing at that point, he didn't care. He just wanted to get out of his contract.
I figured you would have just had it for your collection. I didn't know you didn't have one.
Right, but this is the first time that and it says on there, it's the first time that it was ever released on vinyl.
Oh, okay.
So that's one of the reasons also why I bought it.
Yeah,
I would have never bought it on CD.
Purple vinyl.
Yeah.
Okay, nice.
But I also just bought the Emancipation re-release. It was never on vinyl either, and it's 6 records.
And that's because he didn't care, right? You're saying?
No, this is the one right after Chaos and Disorder, where once he left the contract, he did his own 4 or 5 disc set, and called it Emancipation. It was his own. It was NPG Records. It was his own record label.
Okay.
But this is the one. It's like right after. So now, as a completionist, I got to keep going.
How many is this now?
Couple hundred.
Good gosh.
3 of just Prince records.
Yeah.
From the beginning, I got everything, plus doubles and triples.
Double doubles.
So you'll buy stuff if it's a special edition?
Yeah.
Too? Okay.
Yeah. I got $1,000 record of Prince Exodus.
Oh.
There was like only a couple thousand made. I got one.
I got one.
I got 2.
We should do like an episode one time showing off some of the bigger pieces of your Prince collection, because you've only brought so much on. Yeah.
It'd be a 2-parter for sure. Where are we at, B?
We're just about 30 minutes, 31.
Cool. Well, I'm really glad that we did this, guys. I'm really glad that we're kind of over the hump, and this is actually season 3, episode 1.
Kind of like this episode 3, season 3, episode 1.
I miss you, Brandon.
We're like
I actually
episode
miss
6.
you now. I actually miss Brandon. I'm done with Mark.
Oh, no.
We're social distancing, and I'm done with him.
Well,
and I wish this makes me sad because we don't have a swap to plug for May.
Yeah, we do. We're doing a sale in Chad's backyard.
Oh yeah.
Tim's
this is
for
more,
sale.
No, Tim's not for sale. Dale gave me that.
This is more like a robbery. Like Chad will just jump you as you show up with your stuff.
He does have a lot of bats.
I'll sick the dog on him, and the dog will lick him to death, and Dobermans do that. What do you think, before we end, what do you think, when do you see us maybe doing the next swap?
In a couple weeks outside somewhere.
Okay.
Yeah.
Give a little hope.
Maybe like 3 weeks, 4 weeks outside somewhere on a nice sunny day.
Okay. I like that. You know, we got that
social distancing, have everybody like...
That park right across the street.
Yeah.
I can actually see about that.
Ramiro offered up his parking lot.
Did he?
Oh, nice.
That's cool.
But I was like, I don't really want to do a toy sale on Lake Street in like Bloomington.
Yeah. We'll have another one soon. Very, very soon.
Well, for sure we will. We've had to cancel 2 now. You know, this is the first time the 3 of us have gotten together. While you and I and Brandon all recording at the same time in at least a month.
Was March, wasn't it, Brandon?
It was like early March, end of February.
Yeah, March 18th. I want to say 18th?
It was. Okay.
March 17th. It was like the day. It was the day or two before the shutdown.
Shout out to
it was that Thursday.
Shout out to Brandon for putting together a bunch of live episodes, Streamcast on, what was it called?
StreamYard.
You found that StreamYard, and that was dope, dude.
Yeah, someone else suggested it. They run a YouTube channel that's connected to their podcast, and I was like, what do you guys use? Because I watch their live shows, their live streams, and they're like, yeah, we use StreamYard, and so it's like no one else has to really download anything. You just click the link.
I
send the invite link,
and we had the whoosh.
Yeah, we had Robo from the Fwoosh.
Robo was
or
on
Fwoosh.
That's huge.
And what was the comic store you had that you interviewed?
Oh, there were people I know from South Jersey. They have a store called Farpoint Toys and Collectibles, and they have it's like a store. And they have like a museum part where they have they have Action Comics 1. They have, I think they have Amazing Fantasy 15. They have a lot. I think they have Spider-Man 1. Or that's come through their door. I think Detective 27 is currently in their toy museum where they have like really rare stuff just to show off.
You know who you got to get a hold of is that place in Nebraska.
Oh yeah.
What are they called? Shout out.
Kryptonite or Krypton.
Krypton Comics.
Yeah,
no,
Krypton
Comics. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna see if we can get something with them. We can make like a road trip or something.
I'm in.
Out of it, like we were talking about. But
I'm in. I'll be in the trunk. We'll social distance while we're in the vehicle.
Yeah. Well, hopefully we'll be able to go when it's a little bit better. Like,
well, now they're saying
they never
you can
shut
have
down.
groups
like,
of 10.
Yeah.
I mean, if someone's infected, obviously you don't go into a group of 10. But
People
I mean,
are still a little sketchy about everything. So I mean, this is the best thing for us to do.
My dad has it. My
Your
mom
dad
has it.
COVID.
My mom has it.
You know what?
I mean, they're at home quarantine. They're
When's
fighting
the last
it.
time you saw your parents?
I saw my parents once in the last 2 months.
Wow.
Yeah, I saw my parents last weekend, but they've been quarantined for like since the beginning of middle of March.
You saw your parents last weekend?
Yeah, I had to go over and finish. I helped my dad with some stuff.
I saw your mom last weekend.
Oh.
All right, let's end it on that.
All right. Wait a second.
What? No, we're done. We're done.
All right, guys.
All right, peace out, people.
Peace.
Season 3. We out? We out, bud?